Today I wanted to do a quick rundown of what we did in this kitchen. Now, if you are new, we recently just renovated our kitchen. Really not just, but maybe about a couple of weeks ago, we just finished most of the projects here in this kitchen. And let's take you along and show you what we did in this kitchen really quick. Hey everybody, and welcome to the High Path channel, where we share all sorts of plant-based cooking for the family, and we have lots of fun in the kitchen. Now, if you are new here, my name is Rosa, and we are a plant-based family of 7. We cook a lot in this kitchen. This is like the center of our home, really, because we just cook so much and we eat so much and everything revolves around the kitchen, it seems like, right? We recently just refaced everything and did a kitchen makeover. We love how it turned out. We would love to show you what we did and just small little organizational tools that I used in this kitchen to make it better for us. So grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into it. Step into the world of our kitchen before we did this makeover. You can see our cabinets are all white and everything was white and black. Of course, we had the kids to help us out, and this was a project for all hands. It would have taken us forever to do this ourselves, so we are very grateful that the kids are here to help us. Now, of course, we meal prep for this weekend. We did this all in a weekend, guys. We taped everything overnight, like on a Friday night. We then woke up early. We had all the kids just slap on some primer. If you are planning to do a painting project, just get some primer, no matter what the people at the counter say at the paint counter. They initially recommended a really high-end paint that only takes a coat. No, don't trust them. We tried that on our cabinets. It didn't work. We had to go and get some primer, and just don't skimp out on the primer. Just go with the primer. After the primer was done, we let it sit and dry for a little bit, and then we are back at it with the paint. Also, Trey suggests going with the green paint tape because that is what works the best. It has some sort of paint barrier that really helps keep the paint off. We are so happy with the outcome, and then now it's time to do the rest of the work. That includes putting all of our stuff away. This did take a little bit just because we had to figure out exactly where we wanted things. Really, I just wanted to make sure that everything was sort of minimal and tidy and neat. While we were working on organizing things, we had the oldest help us with putting the handles back on the drawers, making sure all of the drawers worked and it was smooth, putting it in and out. We also put some of these foam little pieces on our drawer dividers so that way it doesn't scratch or ruin our drawers. Of course, organization does not just take one day. We took a few days here as we tried to just make sure everything was nice and tidy. That included getting some organizational items from the Dollar Tree just to make things simple and frugal. I really didn't want to spend too much on organization, and I just went through drawer by drawer, cabinet by cabinet, trying to find ways to organize all of our cooking tools. We also added some cabinet liners. We chose black because we wanted it to sort of be very seamless, and this also protects our cabinets, our freshly painted cabinets, from all of the scratching involved when you store big things such as our pots and pans and things like that. We did end up rearranging pretty much everything just to make it more efficient in our kitchen. Everyone just really worked really hard as a team, and we are just so proud of the work we did in this kitchen. Something I wanted to bring attention to our sort of new focus point, which is this beautiful hand-painted High Path sign. Don't you love it? I personally really love it. It was hand-painted by Trey. It says our name here, High Path. If you don't know what High Path means, High is basically life in Hebrew, and it's the life path. This was such a cool project. Trey had the idea to put our logo here, and it was perfect. Trey meticulously hand painted this, and we just hung out that afternoon. I was making lunch and he was just hand painting this, and I was trying to keep out of his way as much as possible. He did have to go over it a few times with this paint, and once it was done, it was ready for the final reveal. I think I was more nervous than he was doing this. This was a little bit of a difficult task because a lot of the lines were very thin, but we were able to get the paper off as best as possible. And Trey had to just go over it a few times, fixing everything, and it came out perfect.
If you've watched us a little bit or followed us in our journey, you kind of know that we do everything to promote life and do everything with life at its forefront, if that makes sense. Like, we want everything to be lively and bring life as much as possible to our lives, to our food, everything that we do, to our homestead and our farm. Everything should be full of life because Yah blesses us with life. So of course we are very, very grateful for our blessings, and we named our channel The High Path. Who have been following us, thank you so much for all of your kind comments about our new kitchen little makeover here. We are just so happy with the outcome here, and this is not the first time that you've seen our kitchen, but we just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys who commented. As you can see, we went with an emerald green and gold theme in here. Eventually we want to replace the sink gold as well. Trey thinks that it's going to add a really cool accent to this kitchen. It's going to look royal and fantastic. Now, when we took everything out to do the cabinets, we were trying to downsize as much as possible all of our pots and plates and baking dishes and stuff like that as much as possible because we want it to be as organized as possible. And so when we did, I wanted to bring in some organizational stuff. So to keep costs low, I went to the dollar store with the kiddos.
Don't underestimate what you can get at the Dollar Tree. If you can find some organizational stuff anywhere, you can try the Goodwill and you go to the Dollar Tree. These cabinet liners or shelf liners were $1.25. These things were $1. I just can't justify spending more than $1 something for these items. Now, I have heard that some Dollar Trees are a little bit different or better than others. Let me know what you can find at your Dollar Tree and if you love shopping at your Dollar Tree for some really simple organizational stuff such as these.
One thing that I wanted to show you is this. This is a system that has been really working out really, really well for us. If you've seen our videos, we cook a lot with seasonings and we use a lot of bulk seasonings. Well, I bought this little container at the Dollar Tree. It was like $1.25. I hate that it's $1.25 now. I know inflation, whatever, but still, it's the Dollar Tree. Come on, guys. Just give it to us for $1. It adds up, the 25 cents. Anyway, I digress. So this container here keeps all of the main spices that we use for pretty much everything. We have some Italian seasoning, cumin powder, smoked paprika, anchovy, onion powder, and then we buy the big bottles like this. If you're interested, of course, I will have the link in the description of all the spices that we use because we go through a lot. Before we did this renovation, I would have all of these just, you know, in a line in the cabinet, just singularly. And so I would just have to reach each one. I would take each one down and then I would put it all back in individually. It just takes so much time. And I know it's like minuscule, but it really does add up. So by adding it into sort of a caddy, all I'm doing is just taking it down, using it, putting it all, like just putting it on my countertop here. I'm gonna use it, put it back in here, and put it back in the cabinet. It's so efficient. I love it. I'm definitely thinking of putting more caddies like this for our other spices. I have a few things that are up here that, you know, we don't really use very much, but it would be nice to just have a reachable cabinet like that for all of our spices. I have also, if you can see, some smaller spices here, which I think is nice like this, displayed that way, as you can see here. But for the bulk seasonings, I like to just have them in that caddy. Another Dollar Tree find is, of course, these little drawer sorters. I find that they're cheaper at the dollar store, so let me take you through all of our drawers really quick. So here's our first drawer. We already had this bamboo sorter thing, but now we added an extra one. This is for like other knickknacks. We have like a, what is this thing called? Like a smoothie shaker ball. We also have this, which we use all the time, like pens, scissors, things like that. On to our second drawer. We already had these wooden sort of, what are these things called? The drawer dividers, but we also bought some of these things. These are also from the Dollar Tree that we got for our measuring spoons. This is our hand blender and some more measuring spoons, and these things. This is an apple slicer. It is a huge hunky chunky thing. We found that it fits perfectly like this, and then you can still slide things underneath if you need to, but other than that, it actually closes very efficiently. The third drawer here is the same thing. We bought all these Dollar Tree containers for our little lime juicer squeezers. We have like just little knickknacks, you know, and I didn't used to have all these little organizational stuff, and so everything was just like dumped into the drawers. Well, now it's so much better. I feel like it's so much more organized. I can find things easily, and everything is just in their place and they have a home. Something else I wanted to mention are these containers. These are like just airtight containers. If you haven't invested in some of these yourself for your household, I suggest you do. We have this set. I bought this on Amazon. I will link this, but basically it's like there are different sizes. There's like large sizes for like bigger, bulky items like oatmeal or flour, whatever that you want to use it for. They come with these little tags, and they come with a white marker, so you can, you know, switch it up if you need to. You can just put some more on, write it on there, and just interchange it however you please. We love this because it stacks nicely. It's like nice and square. It makes organization efficient. Let me show you the other cabinets. So this is just a cabinet right here, right next to our fridge. We have our little toaster oven, which we put our bigger cast irony items like our skillet. And then also I had another pot, which I don't have right here now, but on the top here, we have some knickknacks, and everything is in these. I have yet to label everything, but most of them have labels like this, and they store so nicely. I love these. Of course, this is from the dollar store. These things are also from the dollar store. This box, let me show you. So this is my other caddy here. I labeled it baking, but basically what it is all the different small things that we use for baking, such as this. Where do you put this? There's the like muffin tins. We also have like little small almond extracts and vanilla extracts. We have flax or flax eggs, baking soda. Where do you put all that stuff? I don't want it to just put it in the cabinet and just, it's like each individual component every single time, and every single time I want to bake, I have to take them out individually. Well, I'm just gonna put it in a caddy, just like we did our bulk seasonings that we use pretty much every single day. And then every time we bake, we just take the whole thing out, and then when we're done, we put everything back in here and put the whole thing back into the cabinet. Why didn't I think of that before? So simple and so cheap. And then down here, we just have like our potatoes, our onions. We like to keep the potatoes in a cabinet because you're supposed to keep the potatoes in sort of a dark area. Otherwise, it's gonna go bad, or it's gonna be like a green potato. And green potatoes are poisonous, so you don't want to eat them. And of course, the same thing here. We have our like bulk items like our flour, our freshly milled spelt flour here. We have rolled oats, coconut sugar, all of our oils and things like that are all in here. And then we have these in our big containers that I told you about, which are large like this. We have some wire racks for our onions and potatoes. You can actually stack them. Right now we just have them separated. And then I do plan on adding a few more boxes just to organize a few more things like our dried seeds, beans, and all sorts of stuff like that. Now this is our island, and in our cabinets, we've decided to stack our plates this way. And this is also from the Dollar Tree, but we got this for our little kid plates. Actually, this is supposed to be here, but like all of the kids' plates are in here and sorted out. We use this just for some knickknacks if needed. We have our bigger adult bowls here and some serving platters. This is our big salad bowl. Under here we have some pots and pans that we try to stack as best as possible, and our mixing things, this is what we use daily. So we have like chopping board, can opener, tofu press, things like that in here. I forgot to mention, we added small little foamy pieces here because every time we close the cabinet, we don't want the door to hit the wood. And so every single cabinet has these now. The kids helped us make some of these and then just put them all on our cabinets. And so it is perfect. And we also have them in here as well. And it helps so much. And then I completely forgot, but up here, we also have a few caddies here. I use like this caddy every single day because we have all of our oils and salt and stuff like that. And so if you have, typically we buy our oil in bulk, we refill a small little bottle like this, but I've noticed that it leaks. So if you put it in here, it's so easy to just take it out, put it in here. It's not going to leak into your cabinet. And then if needed, we will then just wash this little caddy and then it's good to go. We have our oils in here. We've also got one more, which is with like our coconut aminos and tahini, salt, and other oils here, which sometimes leaks as well. So we like to put it in a caddy like this. Of course, this is from the Dollar Tree. And then up top over here, we have some cabinets as well that are like right above the little bar section. And so at the moment, we just have all of our clear mason jars. These are just empty mason jars in case we need mason jars. They are up here as well. And where do you guys put lids? Because we also have another Dollar Tree little caddy for all of our lids that are put in there, all with the mason jars, all in one spot. We are not done with our kitchen makeover just yet. We still have a few things that we need to do, such as our countertops. Trey is going to be doing custom made wooden countertops for us. We think that wooden countertops are going to look really, really beautiful in our green, emerald green kitchen. We feel like it's going to add that little cottage feel, and that is exactly what we're going for, to emphasize or like to add a little extra something to our sort of emerald green and gold kitchen here. It's going to be really warming and down to earth. We really, really like that aesthetic. Well, that is our tour of the day. I hope that you guys enjoyed spending time with us in the kitchen. I hope some of these little knick-knack hacks helped you along the way. They are really cheap. I forgot to mention, this whole makeover, it took about, I would say $500–600 to buy all of our sanding equipment, our paint. We saved a lot of money on these. We were going to buy new golden handles, but we instead spray painted it, or actually I believe, yeah, we spray painted this with some gold paint, and it looks lovely. It gave this kitchen a really nice warmth to it. We love it. We were gonna spend like, I think over $100 or something on these little hinges, like new hinges and handles. And by spray painting them, we really saved a ton of money. Eventually, like I said, we will be replacing the sink, which will cost a little bit more. The faucet, the table, the countertops are going to cost just a little bit more. So maybe give or take about $1,000 for the kitchen. Still not too bad. Like, the kitchen is actually the main focal area of a lot of homes, and it adds a lot of value to a house. So we are really grateful that we were able to get our kitchen done first. It was a bit of a task, that's for sure. It wasn't easy, but we had all of the kids' help, and yeah, it was a great project. We learned a lot, and hopefully we can apply all of that to the rest of our home, and we can't wait to share with you then what we do. We hope you guys enjoyed spending time with us in the kitchen today here. Hope this helped you. If you're new, we would love for you to subscribe. We share a ton of plant-based recipe videos and cooking with the kids. The kids love to cook a lot with us, and we hope to see you on the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week. No.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I have hiccups. I'm trying to curb it by drinking some water or my drink. wait a minute.